So you want to switch the environment you're loading it to. You don't want to load it live.
Okay.
Drop that down. You want to load it in test. We'll test a little bit.
Oh, going to test.
No, so in action, not even there. Drop that down again. That.
Oh.
Okay. And then you're using it as password manager. And I like to load the classic style. Just so you're aware of that.
I mean, yeah, I was definitely looking at the classic too because I actually like that a little bit better.
I like the
more lightly, more Epicor now.
Epicor is similar. This classic style is not 100%. It's just the way it's laid out. It still looks like Epicor 10.
Okay, so
all right. So what this is, and you've seen the DMT tool already before. No. Okay, so the DMT tool, data management tool, just used for dumping data in. Right. All right. It's all it's used for. Right now, I mean, it's coming to a point where they can pull data from Epicor. You can do it through command line in the DMT, but I've never done that before personally. You're able to figure it out. There is a GitHub for the DMT tool, so you could go there and see what's on there. All kind of fun stuff. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll actually see that. Keep scrolling on this new playlist stuff, but there's PowerShell examples.
Oh, okay.
For DMT scripts.
Okay.
So you can actually use scripts. That's a little bit updated.
Oh, yeah. I think I asked that way back when I used PowerShell. So.
Yeah. So there is that. I'm not going to get into that. What I'm going to get into is how to load your data.
Yeah,
right. So you'll see that the inventory, engineering, suppliers, all these things are split out across the top.
Yeah.
Right now, we want to talk about what has to load for a customer portion. Right. So if you want to put out customers, right, a whole list of stuff you can load.
Yeah. I see.
Right. So within customer, the one thing we did talk to was ship vias, and it may or may not be in the customer. So let's just scroll down a little bit at the bottom just to see.
That's it.
Is that it for ship for customers? Okay, so maybe sales. Carrier was one of them, but it was part of ship via as well. So go to sales order. Let's see if there's anything in there. Okay, so carrier was one of them. Let's start there. Right, so this is the DMT load screen for. So you pick a source, which is your Excel file. Right, you pick whether or not you want to delete the items, whether or not you want to add new records, or whether you just want to update records that already exist. Okay, right. So that allows you to do really cool things with this. Whereas if you have a list and you update a couple items and you don't want to add new ones yet, if you uncheck add new, it updates records that already exist and defines them, and it skips all the rest. Okay. Right. If you delete, it'll actually delete all the records that attach to the system that apply to your DMTs. If you do a bad load, you say should have screwed up. Come back in here, click delete, run load again, and it deletes all the records you stuck in. Okay. Right. Of course, if there's transactions against those records, you can't do it.
So it's effectively just you do all your work in an Excel.
Yes.
Worksheet, and then you just.
And to create the Excel worksheet, right. So this is a list of all. This is a great example to start with. This small. Here's all of the possible items that can be loaded for a carrier. Okay. Right. When we loaded a carrier, what did we type in? We typed in a carrier code. We typed in the description. We hit save. Okay. Literally all you did. Right. So you want the company. Company is always loaded. Company is always your company ID, which is 200. Right. So you always want to load company. And there's carrier and there's description. Right. So right now, carrier is checked off. Description is not. So check off the description. Create template. Right. Let's choose where we want to start storing these things. I'm storing the shared drive somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's create a spot for it. There is a DMT folder that looks like it.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
Don't call this. I wouldn't call this shipping. Call this customer.
Let's see. And
This is carrier. So now you can close this. Let's go find the DMT file. Just me.
I'll turn up the.
Yeah, no, it's
It's not even hot, it's just muddy.
Yeah, I know. The problem is that the tank was down for a while. So now they've ramped it back up, so the air's finally. Air
Wasn't even on?
set to 80. Like,
Ooh, wow.
I don't think so.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to know this too. Okay, so carrier. Load it.
All right, so just open up just go to the file and open it up. Just open the file.
Oh, there.
There it is, right? So here's your file. So this is a CSV, which is all fine and dandy. That said, I like to change these and load. I like to change these to XLSX files, or at least XLS files. Right, so they're actually Excel files. The reason for that is when you're loading a DMT template, if it's a CSV, you don't save any here. On a CSV, you don't save any of your formatting. Right? On an an actual Excel file, you can save your formatting, and you can do cool things. For example, if you create a space somewhere in here, let's say you skip column E, it loads everything before column E and nothing after.
Oh, okay.
Right, so you got extra data or calculations that happen on this side, right? That you can have load certain fields on that side that load into the system. For example, there might be price points or something that load at some point, or maybe there's like weights for materials that are based on calculations. You can have auto-fill those calculated fields and not load the physical calculations in that.
Oh, okay.
Just the values of those calculations.
Save it as
So yeah, as a rule of thumb, what I always do is I save it as an Excel file and then I delete the CSV. So I just do a save as. You just select your folder. Okay. And just switch to a CSV. Or not CSV, sorry, Excel workbook. Yeah, all the time.
look for it.
Right, so now you got an Excel workbook saved. You're good to go for editing this. Right, so we add Peerleader as a carrier.
Yep.
Right. Let's just do one more here so you have an example, and then you can load it up later on at leisure.
Yep.
So company is always 200. That's our company number. Carrier is going to be the name of the carrier or the carrier code that you want to use. So that's probably too many characters.
Oh, carrier code.
Yeah, carrier code, right?
And
so
then you put the description.
the description is the name.
Okay.
That works. Yeah, and then the description is the name. Perfect. All right, so let's save. All right, and you should close this for now. Close. So that's the process of tracking. Or save it before you close it. Right. So now it's in here. Click on carrier source.
All the carrier sources.
Load the Excel workbook. And you'll see your 3 data points are there. Right? They're not loaded yet. They're there. Right. Right. So let's say you wanted to edit these now. And you ought to spell it wrong, right? When you're looking at this, click on view. And load the Excel file.
And I did turn out like this.
Right. Now you can close it again. And you click on reload. Perfect, right? So there's your Excel files, right? So that's done fine and dandy. You want to add new and you want to update it for RMA updates. Right. So you're good there. Click on validate to confirm that your columns are correct. Columns are awesome. Click on process.
Yeah.
Carrier one. So you'll see right here, there's no errors in the list. Error list 0. And count 1 of 1 has been completed. Right.
That's it.
That's it. We just loaded a carrier.
Okay.
Right. So that's your first DMT load.
Yay.
Okay.
That's good.
All right, so get that one loaded up. So just minimize this DMT for now. Go to that file folder and delete the CSV. Keep the Excel workbook. Right. That's that one there. The way I always know is you'll actually see that the icon has an A and a comma behind it, versus the icon for workbook has a bunch of lines, like actual spaces.
Oh, right.
It's so subtle that, but And you'll notice as well, though, there's
To
actually
be honest, when I use Excel, I really don't do a lot of complex stuff with Excel. Generally, it's a lot of just like
just small.
for my own
Yeah.
purposes.
So if you open the carrier log here, you'll see that they actually wrote a complete log. We can turn those off. Show what that. It basically tells you what you loaded.
Oh, I see.
Right, so it's kind of just like a final report. Note that if we would have errored out on something, we would have gotten error logs showing what files or what fields didn't load, and if there was information as to why it would tell us there as
Oh, really? Okay. That's
sometimes not very good information as to why, so you got to do some sleuthing.
that's
But yeah, so I delete the carrier log. And you know what? Before your estimation of putting this in shipping, maybe you should make a shipping and receiving log so that we'll do shipping and receiving, and we can put all the setups for shipping and receiving in there. And usually like a supplier. Well, I mean, you know what? Put this in customer because it's part of customer. Just drag the customer. All right, one's down. Let's go to the next one. Back in the DMT. You can see now why this takes a while to build these. After they're built, though, after you build a couple of them, and actually you just have to build these ones, let's write out a little playlist to load these things. And what that allows you to do is build up all your templates, put them all into a playlist. Once they're in a playlist, you just load the playlist once. And it loads everything in
okay.
Okay, so go to the next one. So you can close this. So close that tab, and let's go back to the top, and let's figure out where the next table is. We want to look at. So we loaded the carrier. Let's load the ship in now. So I would have thought it would have been under customers. It's got to be under customers somewhere. It's not under customers under sales.
I'm going to stop